Here we go. Vertizoid, what's happening, man? How am I doing? I'm doing alright. Oh, I'm just trying to get this Type Blazer working. Maybe I'm adding too many features or something, you know, but how you doing? Alright, let me see what I was doing. It's been a while since I even ran this thing. Alright. What was I working on? Let's see. I was doing a session last night. I was trying to build a new feature, like a really complex feature. The global hourly race thing. Not too bad. Back home, I was traveling last week. Terrible time and lots of delays due to the snowstorm. What were you traveling for? Was it work? Or more something else? Where'd you go? Let's see. Start all 3 services. Gotta organize my windows, man. Work, I was in Boston. Oh, snap. That's not too far from me, is it? DN Bull. Top of the morning to you too, man. How you doing? Alright. Trying to build Type Blazer, but I'm trying to expand on the multiplayer capabilities. I'm trying to implement a thing where it's like 1 race every hour. That's like a kind of like a Leak Code contest, but you know the Leak Code contest is once a week. This is like a Type Blazer race that's every hour, on the hour, 24/7, you know? How many codes have you programmed today, man? Fluffy. I don't be coding like that. Well, I guess, is this coding? Is talking to the LLM the new age of coding? You know, maybe that's how it is. Nevi Gamer from YouTube, how you doing? Welcome to the party. Yeah, hand coding? What the heck is this, man? Serial. What's poppin'? That is a crazy username to be having. Serial. You must be like the first 1,000 people on Twitch or something with that name. Pseudo, please. Welcome to the party. So last night I was like making it work on this big design doc on how to implement the best way to implement global hourly races that can handle like hundreds of people in the same race starting at the same time. Norwegian Oiler, actually midnight here. Hey, what's happened, Norwegian Oiler? How's my day going? My day is just starting. So, I guess it's going pretty good. Alright, let me see what this thing is telling me to do. I gotta start the hourly thing. What is this? I I just run this command? So that's... Oh. How does this work, man? I'll just run it. I don't even have no internal secrets or nothing. Do I? Alright, maybe there's nothing. I don't know anything about whatever we're doing here. I don't know how to build things, man. Oh, these are the tests? I got tests in here? Can you move the hair for a second? See this whole t-shirt. There it is, man. It's Fibonacci frog. The question, so this is like a question that says, how many ways can the frog jump to the top of the stairs if it can jump either one step at a time or 2 steps at a time? What am I working on? I'm working on a typing game. Maybe I should show you before I get into trying to do all whatever junk I'm doing right now. How do I show you, man? I don't even know. Maybe there's like a thing I can run to turn it on. Or do I have to just hit them with the Docker? How does it go? Docker. No, no Docker. It's in this folder. My bad. Dumpy Dawn. What's happening? While grinding on LeetCode how to avoid burnout, I just wasted like 6-7 hours watching YouTube. What do you mean you can't burn out? You can't be grinding LeetCode and watching YouTube at the same time and talking about burnout, man. What do you really mean? I'd say you should take your training, your LeetCode training seriously, but you should also try not to overdo it. So just like anything else, man, limit yourself. I'd say, personally, I find if you don't have a job or anything, 6 to 8 hours per day of LeetCode is a lot. It's a good amount to, like, you're absolutely going to make crazy progress if you spend that much time studying LeetCode. And it doesn't always have to be in one crazy block. You can split your time up. You can study in the morning and in the afternoon, or you can study in the evening and at noon, or whenever, you know. You can take breaks, but I try to make sure that you get at least 3 hours of studying in a day. All right, let me see. So, Serial. Let me show you what I'm working on. Let me bring this over here. What am I working on? Type Blazer. It's a typing game that's still in development. And that's it. There's no my pat. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. All right, here we go. I think something might be wrong with my server though, because this text should not be here. This is my fallback text. Still a lot of work to do, but have a little GitHub type heat map on the days you've been typing and active and whatever. Race history, quick stats. There's multiplayer. That's kind of jank, but it does work right now. Trying to So here we are. I created a multiplayer game. There's a guest account in here with me. There's my account. And let's see it work. Oh yeah, these are the passages I'm supposed to be getting. I have to redesign the UI though. Oh man, I have a bug all the way over there. Or a typo, I should say. Anyways, pretty slow. But you get the idea. That's what I'm working on. So I'm trying to add more features here. There's one thing in particular that I really want before I launch this into production and turn it on. And it's like a hourly race. So like a big countdown on the front page or something, and it's every hour, on the hour, everybody, whoever wants to do a Type Racer game or Type Blazer, come into the website, you join the lobby, you wait until the race starts, you race, everybody's racing at the same time. I envision, I don't know, dozens of us, hopefully. And then that's it. Maybe have some ELO ratings for the global races, and then you can also do like a ad hoc races, like quick race. But I'm right now I'm trying to implement that global race thing. Nice work, thank you. Looks really nice. Yeah, thanks. I think the UI is a little bit slow, so, and there's a lot of small bugs to fix, but that's what we're doing. And now, I gotta remember how to do anything now. I just had Claude do some crazy changes, man. Like, I'm not even sure if things are gonna work. So it's a good thing I got you a little demo before. Hold on. Dumpy Don says, what? I didn't catch it, sir. Please address my problem again. Last 3-4 days, like 2-3 LeetCode problems daily. Earlier I was on 5-6 LeetCode and learning concepts. Wait, what are you talking about, Dumpy Don? Please address your problem again. I slowed down. Hey, nothing's wrong. Like, I don't think you should focus on how many problems you're doing. Hey, 24/7 dream chasing. How come I didn't get that sound? But thank you very much for the sub. You should focus not only on, or not on how many problems you solve, but how much time you spent trying to learn. Sometimes you might have like bad days where you're stuck on a problem for 2 or 3 hours and you don't make it, seems like you haven't made any progress, but really thinking about the problem for so long, you definitely made progress and you unlock some type of new knowledge that maybe you don't realize. Drop in support a little. Yeah, let me put your name up on the board, man. Thank you so much. 24/7 dream chasing. Thank you very much. Boom. Checking out what you got going on. Yeah, not much right now, just chilling. I've been using Claude with VS Code for my small business website. I have little to no coding experience and it has been amazing. I only pay for the $20 a month plan, so I hit the usage fast. Yeah. I have, I guess you might say, a decent amount of coding experience, and I also find Claude Code amazing. So But I don't even code. I just tell it what to do and it does it, man. You know, it's great. Also, when you get stuck on a problem and figure it out or look up the answer, you should make sure to do more problems in the same category to lock in that concept. That way, you make the most of finding that answer. Yeah, drill it in, man. Because I find when you start drilling something in, it's a lot harder to forget, you know, when you got a little trauma around that problem. All right, so I want to figure out how to make this new feature working and stuff. So I'm gonna have to tell it, man, can you make a Docker file or something for the, and add it into the type Blazor Docker compose file. I should be whispering to this thing with Whisper. Make sure it's running. All right, 24/7 dream chasing. How are you doing today, man? How's your dream chasing coming along? How long have you been vibe coding 24/7? Wait, they're highly researched areas of transitioning information from short-term memory to long-term memory. Interesting. VST. What's happened? Is that the Anthropic extension for VS Code? Doesn't it use the API or subscription? Also, how do you cool things in space? Yeah. This is not the extension. This is just Cloud Code. I'm just running it in a VS Code terminal because for some reason my regular Windows terminal, I have this program called Whisper where I can talk to it, but it doesn't paste in my terminal, man. It only pastes in VS Code. Maybe if I was to download some other terminal, it would work. But that's like one of the biggest reasons I'm using the VS Code terminals. Everything is good for the most part. Started the stream about 100 days ago. Hey, 100 days in a row you've been streaming, or roughly like maybe 5 days a week? I'm very interested because I'm only 2 weeks into my vibe coding arc. How much progress have you made in the 100 days, man? You can build Whisper for free with like 30 seconds. Yeah, someone was saying that to me as well. Maybe I'll try it out. I'm assuming you use the max plan. How hard is it to hit the usage limit on that? I'm on the max $200 plan and I have never hit the usage limit. Not even close. The closest I've ever been to the weekly limit is maybe 20% of my tokens. So I'm a little bit hesitant to downgrade to the $100 plan because I think with the $100 plan I might just barely be hitting my limits, or maybe I'll be hitting my limits some sessions. But with the $200 plan, 100% I'm not hitting those limits until I can improve my parallel agent workflow more. So I think you don't start to hit the limits if you're only using one agent. You're only going to hit the limits if you have like 3 or 4 agents running at the same time continuously, or something like that. Or you're orchestrating one agent, or you have one agent as an orchestrator to like control 3, 4, 5 sub agents. Maybe you'll hit the limit then. I'm using Opus for almost everything. I'm using Opus. I don't know what this thing is doing, but I'm gonna tell it to do it. Bob24 Moraine, welcome to the party. What's poppin', man? You have a deep voice. Thank you, I guess. I got it from my dad. Did quite a bit in 100 days. Shipped an iOS app, about to ship a desktop app, and many small projects. Have you made any money, man? Or what's up? Because I'm trying to make some money. but I don't know how to make any money. Ordinary Bagel, what's happening? Welcome. All right, let's see. So I'm telling it to integrate this new service into my stack. Right now, TypeBlazer, or before today, TypeBlazer was only the front end, an API, and a C++ WebSocket server for the multiplayer. A new addition I'm adding is this hourly race server, which is also going to be a C++ WebSocket, but it's built a little bit differently, and it's only for the hourly race. I'm not sure if this is the best design, but I'm gonna use it anyways for now. Yeah, that's the trick, make things people pay for. Yeah, we'll see if I can figure that out. Hey, what's happened? Man, I don't know how to say your name. Seven Ajinkia. I'm gonna try it. What's TypeBlazer? TypeBlazer is like a TypeRacer clone. Let's check the MRR. The iOS app is fairly niche. I've made some, but not a lot so far. I see. Do you have a regular day job, or is this your full-time thing? I haven't started any marketing or advertising campaigns for either yet. I see. Alright, I gotta check this thing out. So, should I even check what it's doing? Updated, a Docker file, some junk, and yeah. What is my internal secret, man? Okay, set internal secrets or something. All right, nobody look. Have a cyber security startup as well. In GovCon. Man, he sound like a busy guy. I don't do anything except try and vibe code. Oh, I was trying to edit my env files real quick. Where they at? Hiding my screen. Man, where are they at? Passages, URL. All right. Okay, so let's try to run this Docker thing. Nice t-shirt, thank you very much. Is that a green screen? It is not a green screen. Thank you. Yeah, it's in my basement. So we just hit them with Docker Compose up. That's all I gotta do? What did that say? Version is obsolete. Uh-oh, failed. Alright, man. We gotta let this AI know it failed. I feel once this hourly race thing is going, I'm just gonna launch the app so we can test it out and see where it breaks down, because for sure there's gonna be tons of bugs, man. Right? Alright, so they say it's fixed. Let's see again. Uh-oh. Saw some crazy stuff there. Error. I'm gonna just copy all this. Everything. Up to there. More errors. This is vibe coding, man. You run something, gives you an error, just tell the AI, look at this error, and you just keep doing that. It's a crazy workflow, but it works. I usually do it up to like 3, 4, 5 times before I start to think of different ways, different techniques to try and get it to fix its problem. Especially if the error changes each iteration, then I feel like sometimes it's making progress, you know? I've been working on a TUI app, not vibe coding. The mix between text and GUI is interesting. Wait, what do you mean? TUI? Is that terminal user interface or something? I don't even know what TUI means, man. No, rebuild. I'm gonna. Should I use this command? For the front end UI, did you also use Claude? Yes, I use Claude. But I don't just say, hey, build me a front end and make it look cool. I give it very detailed instructions on the type of vibe I was looking for. And then I kind of micromanage some of the front end stuff about what should be where, you know. Wait, yeah, terminal text user interface. It has windows, buttons, lists, etc. But they are rendered in ASCII. Dang, that's kind of cool. Alright, thing actually built this time, so I'm gonna try and run it in a bit. I have been using it basically section by section on my site. Yeah, that's kind of how I do it, I guess. I don't just tell it to one-shot the whole thing. Using a library called Terminal GUI. What does your Terminal GUI app do? Is it something like a tool, productivity thing, or what? I feel like if you give it too much to do, it struggles. Yes, and you have to manage your context effectively, I think. So there's a lot of things I've learned, like vibe coding, and it's real interesting, man, to me at least. There's definitely some skill involved with vibe coding. I don't think it's crazy skill yet because everyone's still learning and things are changing so fast, but I do feel there is a lot of things to know to make vibe coding a more like fun thing to do, or to get like better results as well. All right, should we run this Docker compose up? First time I'm running this thing with the hourly server and some new API changes, not just the API but the front end too. It's a file deduper because I need to clean up my 4 terabytes of crap. So you give it a SQLite database file path, data path, and it finds dupes and presents them for you to decide what to do with them. Interesting. What kind of files are you deduping? like music or something, or I don't know. I think the kind of vibe coding you're doing requires more skill than the standard kind of vibe coding that's just prompting and reprompting, and is less likely to get hard stuck because you actually know how to peer under the hood. Yeah, Fluffy, but I don't look under the hood, man. I just kind of let it let it go on and do its thing. I do guide it a little bit with the architecture sometimes, or I'll override some of its decisions, but I'm still vibing, man. I have no idea what's actually going on with the code. All right, let's see what's happening. But yeah, I do admit, like, I'm not just running on 100% vibes here, man. There's some like experience and a little bit of knowledge. Oh, look, I have a question from Help Me. Do you have any GDPR policy? I do not, man. I do not have any GDPR policy. Am I gonna get sued in Europe if I don't have a GDPR thing for my website? Let me see. Does my small website need GDPR, man? If you don't store anything, oh, I store a lot of things. All right. What happened? Yeah, what if I don't? What if my small website is not GDPR compliant? What, the EU is gonna come sue me? Yeah, right. Server fines up to 20 million or 4% of my global annual turnover. I'll take that, man. I'll take the 4% hit. Loss of customer trust. Yeah. I don't really know. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll be GDPR compliant anytime soon, man. All right, let's see. Oh, look at that hourly race. Next one is in 20 minutes. Should we see? Lobbies open up 55 past the hour. Man, do we have to come and check? I'm gonna tell it. Hey, can you modify the hourly race to enable some type of dev mode where instead of an hourly race, it does it like, you know, more frequently, so we can test on demand instead of waiting for the hour? Wait, what happened to the R? Yeah, what happened? Yeah, what happened to the R, man? I gotta tell it in a bit. I don't want to tell it right now and confuse it though. Wait, I discovered at least a dozen MySQL.core crash dumps. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not trying to wait to test the hourly race, you know. But that's all the UI changes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Cloud Code crashed. Should I send it again? Uh-oh. Why are you API erroring? Uh-oh. How do I revert? Go back? Rewind. Let's see. Try that again. Dang, what do I do, man? Looks like Claude itself is busted. Something. What do I do without Claude, man. Hey, why did I name it Claude? Are you working? API error. 500 means it's on their side. Got the same error. Dang, how Claude's gonna stop working right in the middle of my day? Where's that website? Claude status tracker. Let's see. No incidents reported today. Jeez, man. All systems are not operational, man. I think it's named after Claude Shannon, the father of information theory. I have never heard of that guy before. Is it working? Dang. I'm severely handicapped without Claude Code now. Time to try Codex. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe Gemini. I don't even want to try anything else right now, man, because it was like in the middle of doing something, you know? I'm afraid to like mix my LLMs up when I'm doing stuff. Lead Coach is in the house. What's happening, man? How you doing? Cool t-shirt, thank you. Can't even use Codex on my old ass Mac? Oh, what do you mean you can't use Codex? Hey, I might... Alright, you guys really get the same error? Because nobody's reporting errors here, man. Claude down. Let me see what people are saying. Nobody's talking about it, man. But I guess it just happened like 3 minutes ago. Yeah, people are saying Sonnet 5 is coming out this week. Or, well, this month, I guess. It's giving you the same error. Dang. What do we do without Claude? Is it time to install Gemini CLI? Dang. Or should I actually try a Codex or whatever? Says it's coming on 30th of February. Yeah, I saw that now. But earlier, like a couple days ago, lots of rumors are saying it's coming out this week or whatever. But I guess it's been confirmed for... Oh, 30th. I guess that was just a joke. Come on, man. You trying to trick me like that? Are you able to use it through the website? I don't know. Are you working? My Claude Code is giving me error 500. What's up? Why you not work? Server overload, man. I'm a max payer, man. Jesus. All right. Well, without the dang main AI that I use. Oh shit. Latest version. I'm gonna try that. I'll try that, you know. We're up to date, man. I have have the $200 subscription. Deagle, what's poppin', man? How you doing? Wait a few minutes and retry. Brandon Mark Zach, how you doing? Welcome to the party. Possible. Oh yeah, look at that big ass spike, man. For sure there is an outage, right? But maybe it's gonna work if we keep trying. I have a startup idea but no time to work on it. I'm happy to share it with you. Are you asking me to build it for you? What's up? Let's hear it, man. Licensor Trades. Have I tried Codex? I have not, but I'm probably about to right now. Identify the issue. The issue has been identified and a fix is being implemented. Hey, where's that from, man? Or are you just saying... Who said that? Oh, right here. So I guess we just waited out. Major outage. Look at that, man. A major outage. Hey, I swear I subscribed to the updates. Did they tell me? Did they email me? They didn't even email me, man. Pets! Hello, world! Type Racer time. Yeah, let's do Type Racer while we wait. Excuse to slack off. Claude is down, yeah? Well, we're about to do a little type racing. I think because of the Moltbot usage, I don't know, man. I don't know why it's down. I guess we can only speculate, but perhaps that's a good speculation. Moltbot or whatever it's called. Alright, here we go. We're going to do this type racer. First race is the warm-up. Second race is the championship round. Where everybody at, man? Fluffy from Panama. That ain't true, is it? Send that to Panama. Alright, there's Pat. Let's go. Warm-up time. Oh, Jesus. Hey, Pat, it's early over there, man. What you doing up so early? Dang, Pat slayed me up with the 99 WPMs. Hey, Deagle is sharing the startup idea. Let's see. OnlyFans, but with slider puzzles. The user creator uploads 2 photos, one with clothes on and one without. The fan will solve the slider puzzle with the clothed picture, and then once the puzzle is solved, the fan gets a risky picture. We add an additional monetization feature where a lazy horny fan can pay us a small amount, like 50 cents, to unlock the picture right away. The goal is to first make this risky puzzle fan site working and then increase the types of puzzles. Is this what you dream about when you go on to the internet and you're like, you know what's missing from the internet? OnlyFans, but with puzzles. That's a pretty interesting idea, man. The subscription will be an industry standard cut for the creator, but the instant unlock we take. You talking about we, man? Do you want this because it's a website that's missing for your be the person uploading the pictures and getting those 50 cents. Because it sounds like you talking about we all the time, man. Anyways. Alright, championship race. Here we go. We're about to start, man. Oh, you know what? I take it back. We're about to start in like 1 minute. I forgot to post the type racer in the Discord. Brandon Markzak says, does LeetCode help much with real-world engineering, or does it feel like a completely different muscle from day-to-day work? It helps indirectly, I'd say. Sometimes directly. I can certainly say, though, it absolutely helps in some way. It's for sure a positive, but it might not be like the best thing to spend your time on if you only care about being good at day-to-day work. I'd say if you want to be good at day-to-day work, you need to study the code base that you're working in, and also maybe like general engineering practices, like study up design patterns and stuff like that. Alright, here we go, man. Championship race about to begin. Fluffy is in the house, so chances are none of us are gonna win except Fluffy. Dang, 142, how do you type so fast, man? It's crazy. How do you people do it? Alright, Fluffy, you gotta be serious with us now, man. How did you train your typing speed? What age did you hit 100 miles per hour? Hey, don't defense, what's happening? I see Fluffy, so I don't waste my time. Yeah. Hey, Pat, where you at, man? 75. ClickStar, 73. Yeah, big choke. Wait, 142? What was it? 142. 100 around high school. I started Type Racer in like 2016. Hey, I started Type Racer in like 2012, man. And I'm still not as fast as you, but I haven't been training. Claude is back up. Very nice. We'll get back in there soon. I did not do competitively. I mean, I competed in the Type Racers, but, you know. Wait, look at the number of races completed. 60,000 races! Jesus! I mean, shit. I'm at 1,500 races. Let me check my personal account, man. No, my personal account, no way I have more than this account. Let me check real quick. 60,000 races, that's what it takes? Damn, man. I don't know if I'm trying to be a fast typer, if that's what it takes. Alright. In my personal account, I only have 400 races. So I only have like 2,000 races. So you've raced a lot more than I have. 30 times as much. And you're not even 30 times as fast. What a waste of time. I raced 1/30th the amount of time as Fluffy, and I'm still more than halfway there. Is Fluffy Pixel Pusher? No, Fluffy Fluffy is the only person in the history of this stream to have defeated Pixel Pusher in a legit Type Racer championship race. The only person ever. What was I doing? Oh, Claude is back. Claude is back. All right. All right. So, all right, you guys want to see what it takes to be good at something? I think Fluffy is a good example. Like, how much your average was like 142 or 141. What percentile is 141 WPMs for typers? Is that how I... Top 1... It must be higher than 1%, man. Because... It must be like top 0.1% or something. What WPMs is top 1% in typing? Yeah, dang. 100 to 120 plus. Oh, Fluffy is not yet world class. Pixel Pusher is world class. Detrix. What's happened from YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? Streamering, how you doing? Anyways. Outage is... Ooh. Still down, it says. But it's clearly working, kind of. Hey, should I even be doing this stuff when... we don't even know if it's working correctly? Like, maybe it gives me bogus answers, you know? Manually trigger. Let's do the manual trigger. How can I trigger them? Hey, Keklel, how you doing, man? It's back up now. Just came back this second. Hey, Streamering, thank you very much for the hydrates. Cheers. Vercel deployments was also down. I wonder what it could be. But they still say it's a major outage reported. Oh, this is not the official page. This is the official page. Yeah, but there's no updates. Anyways, I guess time will tell. Cloud is supposed to be launching 5.0 soon. Yeah, that's what all the rumors are, man. 5.0 is about to hit the streets. Is it going to be as sick as all the other things? Typeblazer API env. Okay. Alright, no looking. I gotta copy some keys over. I don't have any secret in that, man. Oh, it's right here. One second, one second. All right, here we go. I mean, honestly, I hope it's not too good, or I think my job will be over. AI already eating up mass amounts of tech industry, especially web. Yeah, I suppose. But I hope it's bumping, because then I'll be able to build cool things. Since I don't know if I'm wishing for the wrong thing. Be careful what you wish for type thing. This year I've started focusing on LeetCode and trying to be consistent with it, but I've noticed that you need a small mental toolbox of problem-solving patterns before solving LeetCode effectively. This is absolutely true. If you're just starting LeetCode and you're just trying to do random problems, you're gonna have a bad time, man. It took a bunch of super nerds doing their PhDs like 60 years ago to come up with like most of these algorithms. So if you think you're just gonna roll up into LeetCode and, you know, derive all these algorithms on your own in like a month, that's a little bit ambitious, man. So just study from the knowledge that they have already discovered and then apply that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So I have a list of the common topics and more niche topics as you get deeper into your studies. You can check them out right there. Doing LeetCode is like riding your horse to work. What are you talking about, man? I think that's a little extreme. Wait, what are we trying to do? We're trying to man, I don't know. I don't do all that, man. Can you make me a script? Or can you give me the PowerShell commands to do that instead of curl? I generated an entire Minecraft world with Claude on the weekend in about an hour. I got dumped in a round of layoffs about 6 months ago. Dang, sorry to hear that. I also got dumped in a round of layoffs about 3 months ago. But I volunteered to get laid off, so maybe it's a little bit different. Do you know how mind-bending that math actually is if you do it yourself? We done, bro. Age of the Programmer is finished. Well, Age of the Programmer is finished, but Age of the Vibe Coder is just beginning, man. Hey, what are we gonna call programmers going forward? Because I think programmers will still be around. You might not be writing code in the same way, but you will be producing code somehow, whether if it's through vibes or whatever, man. You think our bot manager, vibe coder, automatic programmers? No, we need, these names all suck, man. We need like real nice names. But I don't know. I can't give you any suggestions. Time will tell. Frankly, I think AI will manage AI soon, and even that will be gone. Perhaps. I don't know how soon, though. Alright. Okay, nice. Why am I typing? Save these commands to a file somewhere so I can just pull them up whenever and run them. Are we the assistants or is the AI? Yeah, Ordinary Bagel, that's a good question. Are we the assistants to the AI? The AI is not the assistant to us, man. Dang. That's what we are, really. Product manager, admin manager, automaton orchestration specialist. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna put on my resume. If I asked you 10 years ago, would AI be able to draw and generate videos, you would have laughed. I don't know, man. 10 years ago, 2016, I don't know if I would have laughed at you. People are already talking about 0-person companies, so I'm not sure if humans are even needed anymore or not. So you left Google? Yeah, I left Google. Wait, I don't think there's no end for coders because every time new tech, new language pops up, an AI won't effectively do it. Maybe. What do you mean? Maybe when a new language or code pops up, there's a lot of documentation, or maybe the AI creates a new language and new code and it creates documentation for other AI agents on how to use it effectively. But you never know. How was the experience working at Google? Good memories, hard work? I'd say one of the best experiences of my life, for sure. I really enjoyed working there. I did 4 years. I did 3 years and 11 months, so almost 4 years. Very good memories, not so hard work. It was very challenging my first year at Google because it was such a new environment for me, big corporate, environment, and so much internal tooling that I've never seen before. I've never worked at anything at that scale, so the processes are a lot different than working on some silly Typeblazer game for sure. Before I joined Google, I never even written a unit test in my whole life, man. So I learned a lot, 100% learned a lot. I really liked my org and the people I worked with. The only reason I'm leaving is because I got bored of the work. I wasn't very interested in the work. And I wanted to do something else. I wanted to try something else. I feel like I'm getting old. I'm almost 40 years old, man, and my life's goal are not being realized by just working at Google, I think. In my life, I'd like to create something that would be considered useful to a lot of people or to some people. And I think at Google, I wasn't really doing that. I guess I was creating something, but I feel like I was just a small cog in a large machine type stuff. I want all the glory, man. I want to create something and get all the glory. I don't want to create one function and then my name pops up in some email along with 500 other people and nobody cares. I guess that's kind of why I'm leaving. I don't know if that's a dumb reason, but it's my reason. What was your role? I was a C++ infrastructure person working in policy regulation and like compliance. So basically GDPR stuff. But GDPR is old. What's popping these days is something called DMA, and I spent a lot of my time working on DMA and other policies like that, man. Are you looking for another job or focusing on streaming your own thing? I'm not looking for another job right now. I've given myself about 2 years to just experiment building things and see if I can build something that lands. Happy Tuesday, Digital Drummer J, welcome to the party. I feel you in that. I worked at Intel for 27 years. I love my time in various groups, but for sure I want to make a bigger impact. Yeah, not just bigger impact. I want to make an impact that means something to me. Like, at Google, I wrote software and I wrote code that affected literally the whole world, like billions of people, right? But it's such a minuscule impact on 7 billion people that it feels like nothing, man. It's like I rather write some software and it has a tremendous impact on thousands of people than to write software that has negligible impact on billions. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. DMA like Netflix. DMA like it's a EU regulation thing, Digital Markets Act, and it's for big tech companies. I'm not even sure Netflix is in the scope of DMA. DMA affects companies like Meta, Google, Apple, Microsoft, ByteDance. And the thing I worked on the most with DMA is one specific policy that says big companies that have multiple services or multiple apps, like Google has Google Search, YouTube, whatever, whole bunch of other stuff. It's saying you can't share data between those apps unless the user consents to sharing the data between those specific apps. So I can't take your Google Maps data and feed it into your YouTube in order for YouTube to serve you better videos, or you can't take YouTube searches and stuff to give you like better Google ads things unless you consent in your options. Like cross-service GDPR, it's kind of like an evolution of the GDPR, some people say. But there's a lot more to DMA than just that. But for what we worked on, that was our biggest thing, the consent thing. Anyways, we haven't done much today, man. I feel like I've just talked some nonsense. Maybe we should try and implement some stuff. Alright, so these... Right, how do I run that, man? I just run like that. Okay. Wait, let me put my internal secret thing real quick. Even though, who cares if you see my secret, right? Because it's not even going to be exposed to anything. But I'm just gonna hide it anyways. Anyways, let's try and get it going. So the Docker thing is up, and it says I need to navigate to TypeBlazer API. What the heck is going on? Oh, I'm in the wrong project here, man. I was in the wrong project. Oh shit, maybe I should have been on the we missed the hourly race. Hey, and I just hit the dang thing and it didn't work. I just tried to manually trigger the dev thing. Should I tell it doesn't work? Do I have to resume? Maybe. Oh shit. I think I closed my terminal with Claude. Hey, I just tried to run your script and it didn't work, man. I got the API running in Docker. Can you figure out why it's not working? Maybe you can read the Docker logs for that thing and see if it even got there. Alright, man. figure this out, man. This is probably the last thing I will implement before launching TypeBlazer so that we can test it out. Error not found. Oh, I gotta rebuild. Come on, man. So obvious. How do you do that? We go to TypeBlazer, Docker Compose down, bring it down, and then we bring it back up. Docker Compose up, build. Alright, it's time to party. Next race is in. Let's see. Right now? That still doesn't work, man. Hey, I just rebuilt and everything and it still doesn't work. What's up? Yeah. Do all them things. Blinter5, thank you very much for the follow. Don't worry about my secrets, man. You guys can see it. I might change them though. Oh, he needs an on comment. Come on, man. Why didn't you tell me that? Giving this bogus script. Let me see where that script is. So it says the script sucks because they commented out everything, man. Maybe I'll try this. The full race cycle. Alright, let's see. Oh shit, it already... Lobby. Start, finalize, full. Actually, yeah, let's do that instead, man. Alright, let's open the lobby. Where to do that? Lobby opened, it says. Alright, I just opened up the lobby. I got success true, but when I navigate in the UI on the front end, I'm not in any lobby, man. Oh, I need to run my Supabase things. Where are those things at, man? Yeah, find the schema for me. Tell me what I need to run. Yeah, where's that thing? I don't even read these stuff, man. I just run them. Seems to be working so far. Hey, how you doing, Blinter? What's poppin'? Are you into the vibe coding stuff? Got any tips for us, man? We're trying to learn. I got 5 prompts? Dang, so how do you manage 5? Are you using Claude? Are you using other stuff? How do you manage so many, man? I can barely keep up with 1 or 2. I think 2 or 3 is like my sweet spot. Use get commands to track progress. Cursor and Claude. How long have you been vibe coding for? Alright, it says do that and try again. Alright. I ran that. Open up the lobby. I ran it and I ran the script again, and then I tried to join the lobby, but it doesn't work. At least there's no button in the UI to join the lobby. Maybe there's a different URL I gotta go to or something. Cursor has unlimited prompts on auto mode. I have not used Cursor in a long time, man. Use Conductor. Fallen learns. What's happened? What's Conductor? Dang, last summer. It's bumping. Hey, you must have built some crazy stuff if you're working since last summer on something, right? Many agents simultaneous, and it's free. Will I get in trouble for using it, man? I don't want to get my thing banned from Anthropic. Alright, let me check it out. I'm not going to try it right now, but I might experiment. Conductor. What I say? Claude? Conductor. This thing, Conductor, is a Mac app. I gotta use my MacBook on this thing. Where's the love for the Windows, man? I have a Mac. It's not set up to be my main battle station, if you know what I mean. Building stuff in MCP? Not sure what that means either, man. Windows 11 killed my love for Windows. What did 11 do to you, Fluffy? Option 1, insert policies and run. Option 2, use a Supabase service role key. Alright, I'll just run these policies for now. Alright. Let me try again. So, they want me to hit it with the scripts to open up the lobby, but the lobby isn't opening. Alright, I just ran the SQL in Supabase, and then I ran the script to open the lobby, and then I'm checking the UI to see if the lobby is opened, and it's still not open. I need you to think really hard why it's not working. Use up all the resources you have available to you to solve this problem. It is a very, very, very important problem. Everyone is waiting on you. Do your best. Or don't come back. Alright. Maybe that will make it work. Anonymous YV. What's happening? Do you think engineering will be a good major in 5 years? I personally think engineering will always be a good major for the next 500 years, man. I can't imagine a world without engineering of some type. Wait. Mine switched because all this AI vibe coding nonsense is almost always Mac first. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I had a bad time with Claude Code last year, but now it works fine on Windows. More bloat than a nice what grass? Windows 11 pre-installs Copilot bad vibe. They also store your encryption keys by default. Happened before that they've gotten a bunch of them subpoenaed. What? Mr. Yan, welcome to the party. Vibe coding is a new job category. Maybe, but I still think vibe coding. Alright, I think there's vibe coding where you're just producing code randomly without any type of science or method. But then I think engineering will. I don't want to say vibe engineering, but I believe it's still. You're still engineering, man. Even if AI is doing a lot of the work, I think you're still coming up with ideas and trying to pinpoint weaknesses and building something to spec, and maybe even building something with whatever in mind. You know, that's all engineering stuff to me. Is engineering a major? There's a lot of different engineering majors. I don't know if you're trying to. I don't know what you're saying, man. And the farmer couldn't envision a world without his horse pulled plow. What? I mean, there's engineers 2,000 years ago, man. There's still engineers today. So I think engineers aren't going anywhere. The job might change, you know, but it's still engineering, in my opinion. 2,000 years ago, I don't know if they call them engineers, but they were doing engineering jobs, you know. Wait, what is this? I'm using an ad blocker. Go away. Forbes, get out of here, man. Microsoft gave FBI keys. Dang. PubSub shifted with SWI to generation. Wait, what? I have worked in games, weapons, web, finance, med, and guess what? AI can do all of it. Games is the hardest still currently, but games is still just harder than 99% of other engineering. I'm a platform engineer, Kubernetes, and programmer, Golang. I'm trying to figure out what scope of project people are finding success in vibe coding for and what the prompt process looks like. Is there initial prompts like an essay of features and specifications? My initial prompt is just a basic thing like, hey man, I'm trying to build this thing. I give it a small list of very important features, and then I'm like, let's brainstorm this. So it doesn't just go off building something after the first prompt. You usually plan for your first few prompts to build a design document, and then, you know, go from there. AMF Adventure Music Fun. Hey, what's happened? Wait, I meant in relation to programming. I really think programming will be around for a while. Maybe it might not be the same thing that you knew in the last 30 years, but it's gonna be around, man. I think as long as there's software out there, we're gonna have people working in the industry doing things to either maintain that software or build new features or whatever, man. Even if it's just telling the AI what to do or managing the AI, I really feel it's gonna be like that for at least a while. I don't think next year we're gonna wake up and then every single engineer in the whole world is not working and AI is just completely running every aspect of tech. That's a far-fetched idea, in my opinion. Hold on. What am I trying to do here? I'll run this myself. Modak, what's happening from YouTube? I think you can successfully vibe code anything if you break it up, just like a normal suite, depending on your definition of success. Yeah, lots of people are vibe coding all types of things, man. All we need now is a 5-page PRD file and 5 agents. I just go into DevTools and delete the overlay for sites like that. Sometimes. You can take any idea and make it a reality one way or another. Seems like you'd hit cloud limits pretty easily. Is max necessary? I think max is necessary if you're vibe coding full time. If you're not, I don't think you need max. I'm way too far down the rabbit hole, so yeah, Sui will replace normal jobs. Heck, 30 years ago, the internet was barely a thing, and we had 28K modems, and we're thrilled when we got 56K. This already has been for a year or two. No, it hasn't been, man. There's still millions and millions of software engineers out there doing their job. You can't say AI is running everything when so many people are still employed. I'm making an MMORPG, and all the assets are like $6. Just no one can write multiplayer. Who will pay to run the AI when no one has a job to buy the products? Yeah, it has. Wait, what? The comment was that it will replace normal jobs, which it totally is. Anyways, I think we're getting a little sidetracked here, man. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. Obviously, AI is replacing some jobs, but to say every single job is gonna get replaced by AI, that is so extreme. You need to check yourself if you really think that's gonna happen in a year. That's extreme thoughts, man. But maybe slowly replace some jobs for now, but maybe the trend changes after a year or two, something else happens. You never know. Anyways, let's do this thing. AI is still not so good with unstructured data. Humans overestimate progress in the short term and underestimate progress in the long term. Spoon XOR, what's happening? It is hard to tell if AI is really replacing jobs or if CEOs are using it as an excuse to fix the overhiring they did without pissing off Wall Street. I mean, people are losing their jobs, but it doesn't mean that because there's been a couple layoffs that every single job out there is gonna get cut, man. Come on now. If it replaces hundreds of thousands of jobs a year, that's already concerning. Yeah, but I feel we're only looking at one thing here when you talk about replacing jobs, but perhaps it replaces in the short term, and then suddenly a lot more jobs are necessary because of so many things are being built or whatever. I still think like everybody is just guessing, man. Nobody really knows, so time will tell. If you had an AI from 10 years ago today, what would you do with it? Wait, what? If you had an AI from 10 years ago today? I don't know. When do you think is useful to use AI? And I think it's useful to use AI right now, man. I think it's very, very useful today. And everybody's saying it's useless. They're tripping. hold on. I might have to think about doing co-working in the daytime because I feel I don't get much done during these streams when I have to talk a lot about AI. But it's fun. It's fun. Wait, I mean from 2036. Oh, if I could get a future AI today, I would tell it, hey man, give me the last 10 years of the stock market history and then go about your business. That's the only thing I need. I'll be alright after that, man. There are a lot of job openings on LinkedIn for SWE, just that it's not easy to get like it was before. If tech never progressed, we would still be using punch cards and tape drives. I still think we overhired in 2020-ish. Right now, technically the job market for SWE is where we left it before it blew up. So technically we are on track. Yeah, I think everything's gonna be alright, man. Hopefully. I don't know. Actually, I don't know, man. I don't want to say that because it feels everything is so volatile right now in the whole world, and it's a little bit nerve-wracking sometimes. I'm just trying to tune it out and focus on the vibes, though. You have to do ignore chat pomodoros? Yeah, I might have to, man. Hey, let me see. YouTube, my bad. I haven't been looking. Zombie Autopilot, what's up? Hold on. Current AI is not real. AI is generated text, and it predicts what next position come. I don't know anything about how AI works, to be honest, man. What should a beginner normal programmer do to become AI developer? I'm not sure what you mean by AI developer. Do you mean a developer that uses AI to help with day-to-day tasks, or do you mean somebody who's developing LLMs? Because I don't know anything about making LLMs. Check what Markov chain and Google release transformer architecture. I don't know anything about that stuff. A few years ago, and its upgraded version of a Markov chain, text generation using transformer algo. I don't know any of those words, man. Hello, what are you vibe coding? Are you afraid of being jobless? Were you scared of quitting the job? You quit from Google. What is your source of income? I'm very curious. Sorry for so many questions. I'm not afraid of being jobless. I've been jobless most of my life. I've just been hustling most of my life, I guess. Digitally hustling. Sometimes physically hustling. Were you scared quitting the job? A little bit. I wasn't sure if it was the right choice. If sometimes it feels like kind of risky, especially in this job market. I had a really good position at Google. Really like my team and everything, but I still decided to leave. But we'll see if that was the right decision. So far, so good though. What is your source of income? My savings. And yeah, that's how it's going. From which field you belong? I was a software engineer, but I consider myself more of just a programmer, man. I didn't study CS or anything. I just like to build things. Dang. I don't know what y'all talking about. Should I read or should I just get back to vibe coding, man? Co-working stream is a balance between interacting and coding, trying to keep us from distracting you. Kinda. Nanashi, what's up? Your points? Wait, hydrate. Thank you very much, Nanashi. Cheers. Not vibe coding because of y'all. That's right, man. Did they at least give you some sort of severance? I got 17 weeks of severance, and then I was on garden leave for 3 months. So I got a decent severance package, especially since I already wanted to quit. A Markov chain is a state machine that models the probability of transitioning from the current state to a next given state. Alright. That's interesting. Too much for me. For example, you can make a really dumb chatbot by training a Markov chain on a bunch of text and then just picking the highest likelihood token. Hey, thank you for that hydrate, Nanashi. Alright. Where were we, man? Errors happen? What is this? Failed. Did not complete successfully. Oh, man. Error. You can make a slightly smarter one by training on the next word for the last two words, next keywords, etc. Yeah, I've only heard this term loosely sometimes, Markov chain, but I don't really know what it is, so thank you very much, Fluffy, for giving the breakdown. Alright, now we gotta do the Docker thing again. Oh, Jesus. Alright, here we go, man. Is it gonna work? So, I say we go to the dang page. Next hourly race. I open up the lobby. What the heck? It says lobby is opened. Oh, the lobby is open, man. Alright. No, I cannot join the lobby. Alright, now I see the lobby gets open, but when I join it says error, cannot join lobby. Which was the first language you learned and felt easy to vibe in it? The first language I learned was Visual Basic.net, and this was 13 years ago or around then. Maybe 12, 13 years ago. And I guess it was alright back then. I didn't really know much about programming, but I was able to understand what I needed to do to build whatever I wanted. I am in the final year of IT, but till now, I don't know much about programming or databases or anything. Dang, final year, you don't know much about the thing you're studying? What have you been doing in all your years studying, man? How can I mean, I know how, because I went to school and I know lots of times people are just joking around. But have you actually been studying, man, the whole time you've been in college? Because if you have been, I think you should have at least a little bit of idea about programming and databases. But in general, a Markov chain is just a concept from probability that's a much more general umbrella. What you actually want is a policy to choose the output of the model. What I describe above is called MLE, maximum likelihood estimation, and LSTM is just another possible policy. Hey, Fluffy, do you have a PhD, man? Because you're talking like a PhD person. I don't know anybody who knows this type of stuff unless they are a doctor. Yeah. Just an undergrad? Dang. Well, maybe if you're a curious-minded undergrad or something. He is the PhD track student. Yeah. Alright. I was doing job when I was in college, but now I feel like to get better life, I have to study. Yes, you have to study. Even if you had another job in college, I understand, you know, you gotta work, but you also gotta study. So it's good that you're finally in your final year, you're beginning to study. And it takes a long time, man. It doesn't come to you in like a month or two. It's a lot of trial and error and a lot of nights of being stuck. Hourly URL server. Man, whatever. Do it. I just saw a dozen acronyms I'm still looking up, but I know Markov. Is this Claude bot? Yeah, I don't even know. You think DSA is useless now? Absolutely not. I think DSA is not useless. Lots of the top, well, depends. Useless for what? I think DSA is good to have an understanding of like CS and whatnot. But for me, the biggest reason to be great and knowledgeable in DSA is to get a dang job. That's like the real thing. Data structures and algorithms. And right now, the industry, like top tech companies, are still asking data structures and algorithms for interviews. And I really don't see that going away in the next 5 years. I think if DSA were to go away completely, it's gonna take at least a decade for it to like disappear forever. And that's just me pulling random numbers out my ass, man, because just like everybody else, I can make up my predictions for the future from nothing. I don't have any, I can't prove what I feel. It's just what I feel. All right, here we go. Join the race. Says you're in. Recent joins. Alright, we gotta work on this. Well, I have to sign in to join, man. I think my GitHub works. But I don't want to sign in with my Authy thing. It's too much work, man. But I'll do it. I'll do it anyways. I can wait a decade. Hey, I make no promises it's gonna go away in a decade, though. Hold on. I gotta do this thing. Hey, can you guys... Is it good or bad if you see my numbers here? Zero players waiting. That's not true, man. 2 Midnight Simons. Oh, this is the same account. Alright, well... Alright, it's kind of working now, but I see some errors. I logged into the same account in an incognito browser, and I was able to join the race 2 times. That should not be allowed. Another bug I saw was when I was in the lobby on my second account. No, I take that back. Erase. Never mind. Dang. When I joined the lobby... No, wait. Another bug I saw was when I was about to join the lobby, it showed me 0 people were waiting in the lobby, even though I know my other account was in the lobby. But if every developer has a Claude subscription, why do they even need DSA? PMs can just vibe code an app, right? Hey, I don't make the decisions, man. I don't think it's about whether or not you need those data structures and algorithms on the job. I think it's more just of a test to see if you got some sense and see if you actually like studied, you know? if your work ethic is there, and if your intellect is there. DSA is just kind of like a medium for two people to chit chat about some topic that is intellectually stimulating, and you can go back and forth and bounce ideas off each other. It's basically you showcasing what's going on in your mind. So I don't think that changes. Even if a developer has Claude Code, you still can, speak your mind. Luis Java Dev, what's up? When do you think is useful to use AI, and how? I missed the answer, sorry. I think it's useful to use right now. If you're not using AI and you are in tech, or you're supposed to be a programmer or something, I don't know what you're waiting on, because it's been here for years and it's pretty obvious that the whole industry is shifting towards using AI more and more. So if you're not using AI, man, you're tripping, is what I gotta say. Maybe you don't need to use it like I use it and vibe code everything, but you should absolutely be using it. If anything, if you're not even using it at your job, you should be using it at home out of curiosity, just to see what's happening. Maybe just to test logic, we might need DSA. Just need systems architecture at this rate. I don't know if that's the only thing you need. I think DSA is still pretty decent to interview at scale as well, And yeah, maybe system architecture discussion is a nice addition to a DSA thing. Maybe even some AI specific coding rounds might pop up where you're not allowed to code anything, but you only can talk to the AI, and maybe they want to see you use some advanced techniques and stuff, managing context effectively, managing parallel agents effectively, and things like that. Maybe that's something they're going to be testing in the future, but who knows. I use that, but people in work really hate AI, and I think I am right to use that. Yeah, don't worry about what people in work think, man. Lots of people, who cares? Just, if you see the signs around you, you should skill up in using AI. People are getting married to AI in Japan? Dang, what the hell? Wait. What am I working? I'm working on a typing game. There is this memory that they hacked my LinkedIn, saw my posts and activity, gave me LinkedIn Premium and messaged me saying work hard and don't go looking for a job, skill up self first. Wait, what? I don't understand. They should actually have vibe coding interviews. Hey, maybe they do already. Some smaller companies, I'm sure. Hold on. What am I doing? I gotta rebuild this thing. Man, co-working streams might be coming back instead of chatting 24/7, Roxanne, welcome to the party. I mean, my company blocked me all the AI stuff for a month for responding guy about garbage collection, memory. Probably change job should be an option. I don't know, man. What's popping today? Almost ready for Typeblazer. I'm trying to add a new feature, Portnoy, but it's not going too well right now. Wait, let me sign out, and then lobby is open. Did I open a lobby? Alright, what's the triggers? Lobby, start, finalize, and full. Too many tabs open, man. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna start. The race has started, it said. Oh shit. Alright, so few problems. I guess that kind of works, but the live leaderboards doesn't show anything, man. And then I gotta finalize, it says. Alright, we got lots of bugs to figure out. Almost... No, not ready for Type Blazer, Portnoy. I'm in the 12k points for that keyboard. Dang. You're gonna get it in no time. Need $1,000,000. Got 12,000. You're on your way, man. Alright, we've got a lot of work to do on Type Blazer. That's for sure. Also, I noticed that when I joined the race again after finishing it, I was able to start over. So if I were to go back to the race page after finishing the race, it should show me my results and it should not let me redo the race. Getting hungry, man. You know what time it is. It's almost lunchtime. I haven't created an account in Type Racer just to do it instead in the better one, Type Blazer. Hey, I'm working on it, man. I'm gonna be focused on Type Blazer for the rest of this week. Only on Type Blazer. I'm not gonna be working on anything else, man. I really wanna get a live version out on Friday or so. So that means I'm working on my secret project as well, a little bit. And I also work on my website here sometimes. But I have some updates to push on the website, man. I gotta do them later on today, though. We should do a championship to honor the opening of Type Blazer. Hey, well, it's not gonna be open just quite yet because I'm 100% sure there are many bugs. So I want to like iron out the bugs. When I put it up live, it's not necessarily the opening. It's just live testing. You know, we're gonna be testing it for some time, and then once I feel satisfied with how stable it is and whatever, then we can do the grand championship race. Maybe right before I launch, I'm gonna reset all the stats for everybody, you know, because I'm sure there's gonna be bugs in calculating WPMs or bugs in this and didn't save that race or didn't do that correctly. You know what I'm saying? But man, I envision every hour I'm gonna come onto the website and I'm gonna do one typing race and I'm gonna talk shit to everybody else who's in there and close the race and go about my business. I'd love to do that every hour while I'm like working or doing anything. And then I'm already imagining Q rage quitting. Hey, Q doesn't rage quit, man. Q has a very good temper. Alright, so trigger a fresh lobby. Wait, fixes applied. Okay, so that means we've got to put it down, bring it back up. It's going back up now. Let me see my usage. I haven't been using much. So I got 1 week. I guess today was the first day of the new thing. Akaz, thank you very much for the follow. So I'm only using 1% of my tokens, man. Come on now. I'm gonna pump up the vibes. Alright, here we go. Hourly race. Let's just do the full thing. Or let's open the lobby. Lobby's open. Let's see what happens. Should I make a note of that bug? Alright, when I'm waiting in the hourly race page and it's counting down to the race, and the lobby opens up while I'm still on the page, the page should automatically change to say the lobby is open. I should not have to refresh. I'm gonna just fix that immediately before I move on to the next bug. Hey Akaz, welcome. Nice to meet you too, man. We're doing a little vibe coding here, working on a thing called Typeblazer. It's like a typing game. Working on the main feature of Typeblazer is this hourly race where there's a big race on the hour, every hour. And my vision is everybody from all over the world is gonna come to this website and type together. You know? You never tried Phaser for web game dev? I don't know anything about web dev or web game dev or game dev. I don't know what Phaser is. But it's not really a game in the traditional sense where you have graphics and a character walking around somewhere. This is just strictly a typing game. So it's like you get a passage and you type it. There we go. Alright, let's see. Let's bring it down and bring it back up. Did you really quit your job? Do you build AI agents? Alicia, I do not build AI agents. I see you deleted your message. On that, what's happened? I really did quit my job, man. It's been a few months. Where do winners get on your website? The winners will be on the leaderboards, but that's not fleshed out yet. Doesn't seem like it's working at all. unfortunately. That's another bug. I gotta fix that. But there's so many bugs right now. We'll get through them eventually. Why don't you make like racing visuals with cars, bikes using Three.js and Pixie.js? Maybe in the future, but for an MVP, I definitely do not want to do that. It's too much work right now. Alright, let's see. Open up the lobby time. How much you spend on Claude Code? I'm spending a $200 plan, which is slightly too much for me. But I think the $100 plan, I'll hit the limits. So I guess I'm stuck kind of with the 200 plan. Alright, so I just opened up the lobby, but it does not. Oh, it just did it. So the lobby is open. We're gonna have to redo this, but yeah, for the $200 plan, I always stay under the limits. The closest I've gotten is like 20% for my weekly limit. Maybe we can have a point system which can be redeemed for goodies and stuff, just like LeetCode. Hey, maybe there is gonna be a point system, man. Maybe there is. Alright, let's start the race with just me in there for now. $82 WPMs. UI doesn't look too great. So let me see what happens now. I go back to the hourly race. It says I finished. Now let me go to the hourly race. Oh, I'm not supposed to be able to see this hourly race as a guest. Alright. A few more bugs. Should I clear the context and I don't think I'm going about this correctly. But I'll keep doing it for now until we get it a little bit stable. Shit. Should I do that? Let me think. Alright, there's a bug where if I go to the hourly race page without being logged in, it will take me to the race without doing an auth check. Can you fix that real quick? What are you using to speech to text? I'm using this thing called I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. It's called Whisper Flow. And you can get a free month. 1 month for free if you use this link to sign up, man. So I've been using it for about 2 weeks now, and I think it's maybe not this particular tool, but I have no complaints about this tool. But I think text or speech to text is almost a necessity if you want to do vibe coding for real. if you're always talking to the AI and prompting stuff, I think speech to text improves your productivity a little bit. So I've told it 10,000 words, man, since I started 2 weeks ago, and it's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, what were we doing, man? Where's my thing? All right, guess we'll now be redirected. Well, I gotta rebuild. Let me rebuild real quick. But I guess before I rebuild, I should finalize the race. I don't know what finalizing a race does, though. What does finalizing a race do with that script he gave me? Oops. With the scripts that she gave me. That she gave me? Come on, man. I didn't say that, man. I passed 20,000 words dictated. It works great. I do wish it worked with virtual microphones. What is a virtual microphone? Oh, I guess like you can record an audio and then just feed it, feed the thing through the thing. Or you can talk to it remotely or something. What are you using the virtual microphone thing for? Man, I'm getting real hungry. Calculates the final rankings, updates the database, updates player stats. Let me see. Where can I see my hourly race stats as a user? Is it available? Like Elgato Wavelink, where it is a software mixer. I don't know much about that. Man, what am I gonna eat? Super hungry. Sock hopping, what does that even mean? Not yet available. The database table exists. Let's look in the database to see if the stats are there, man. Type Blazer. Hourly race stats? Nothing. Empty. Hourly races. Participant count 0. That's not true. Winner. Race results. Alright. I'm looking in Supabase directly right now through the dashboard, and I'm checking out the hourly races, and it seems like the hourly races doesn't record the winner in that table. And there's no hourly race stats in that table. And the hourly race results is missing the rank for the one entry that's in there. Can you see why this is happening? UltraThink. UltraThink doesn't do anything anymore. I just like to throw it in there sometimes. Is there any keywords I can say that works like UltraThink used to work? Sometimes I just tell it to think really hard, you know? There are some Claude skills that allow him to use a mini multi-agent system to develop a feature. Also, your Claude Code definitely would appreciate to have a Supabase MCP. I'm a little bit scared to hook it up with a Supabase MCP, man. I don't want it to like go rogue on me in there, you know? Have you had any bad experiences with the MCPs? You think there can be a reality where developers are judged based on how less tokens they use to build a particular product? Yeah, that doesn't sound so far-fetched. There's that website, like LeetCode for Vibe coders. That's, I think, the whole purpose of the site. Is whoever can solve the problem in the least tokens wins, or something like that. Yeah. Oh, MCP is sucks. API integration is okay. Almaz Robots, what's happening? Welcome. Add the MCP, but it will prompt you to allow each to call, unless you save the allow in Claude settings. Maybe I'll try hooking up the MCP one of these days, man. But for now, I've just been manually doing stuff myself when it comes to the Supabase. But I'm very worried about that, man. I absolutely don't want Claude to interact directly with my databases, you know? I should have like a dev database, man, but I don't. Everything is just running on one database for now. I don't really have a great environment set up with dev and prod and whatnot. Thanks for the awesome stream and the amazing high quality picture on the screen. Hey, thanks for tuning in, man. Okay, so need to run this SQL query thing that I just run blindly because I don't even check. Failed. Already source it is, it's writing the code that connects to the DB and it writes the queries. Yeah, but it can like literally drop tables and stuff if I give it MCP access, right? Like can do way more than just insert data into the thing with a query. That's guarded by the RLS stuff, and it can go and modify RLS things without me knowing, and it can. These are my fears. Maybe I'm like just overly paranoid though. Wait, yes, in bad environments they will use this just like there are people that are judged from on lines of codes written. Yeah, wait. How do you keep your credentials and other sensitive stuff safe while streaming practical content? I my credentials, I just switch my screen, man, and I hide my camera. So I'll go to this view if I'm showing my env file. But right now, I don't have super sensitive information, man. Like my passwords are things like your secret password here, you know? Because nothing is running right now. But when I actually do have real API keys, I just hide my screen when I'm going there. Sometimes I'll expose my keys by mistake, but I try not to call it out. And I'll quickly think if it's worth refreshing my keys because of that. Sometimes I don't care, man, when the project isn't even live, you know. Updates can be destructive. Yeah, I'm just slightly worried about hooking it up to my production database. That's not even it's not even launched yet, but you know, I don't want to lose all the progress I've made so far. I don't even have database backups or anything right now. There's a lot of work I gotta do before this is truly a nice production system. All right, so run each statement separately, it says. Success. I don't use MCP very much, mostly because it's not very token efficient. Statement 2. And finally, statement number 3. I don't even know what these do, but it says we need it. And after we do that, what does it say? That's it? Maybe I just rebuild. Try again. Every tool is not token efficient, but MCP are the most reliable, efficient way to give agents tools that run on local machine. Which alternate do you have? I've been using like for GitHub, I don't use GitHub MCP. I just use the CLI with my agents. That seems to be working. For Supabase, I manually run commands it tells me to run, and I manually modify my tables like I just did right now. And then if I put in some script that's gonna do some crazy things and I click run, Supabase will be like, hold up, man, you're about to run a destructive script. Are you sure? And if it says that, then maybe I'll like take a peek at the script. But otherwise, I just send it. I don't really care too much. Alright, what are we trying to test here? The dang... Wait. Let me look in my hourly races. Should I just delete everything in here for now? Oh, look at this. Status lobby. That's not right. I'm gonna delete these races because they're junk. I'm gonna just delete everything. Nothing's in here. This, delete. Junk. Not talking about MCP or Supabase MCP, but MCPs in general. Which MCPs do you think are the most useful that I should be using? Because right now I don't have any that I've configured. There can be alternatives like the CLI or code mode. Code mode. I don't know what that is. Alright, everything is clear. There's no hourly races. So now let me... Man, maybe hourly race is the wrong name. Because what if I change the frequency from hourly to like every 30 minutes? Then the name of the table is whack. I should probably think of a more generic name than hourly races. Maybe like championship races or something. Anyways, that's small issues to think about. Alright, so what are we doing? We rebuild and then we go back to TypeBlazer and then we gotta sign in. I'm gonna sign in with my Gmail. Man, you guys see all that stuff? Don't peek on that, man. System races. Nimal Dev, how you doing? Implying automation. Hey, that's not a bad name. All right, so we go in here, and then we can do the scripts to open up the lobby. Lobby gets opened. I'm gonna log in with my other accounts here. So that, like, this time we're gonna have 2 people in the race. Man, I hate when I open up Authy and the token that I need is like 2 seconds away from expiring, and then I just gotta wait. I don't hate it that much. It's just a slight annoyance, man. Alright. Easy, I'm in. Hey, maybe. Alright, 0 players waiting, 0 players waiting. Here we go. I'm gonna join one on my Google thing. Alright, this doesn't update. Oh, it doesn't update live, but we can fix that. And then Phasey Plays, what's happening? Welcome from YouTube. How you doing? Alright, so we got 2 players waiting in the racing lobby. Right there, the names are down. I don't like how it looks, but it will do for now. And then to start the race, what was it? Start? Race has started. $78. Oh, was it? Dang, I didn't even see if it was moving. All right, finished. Blazing, not super blazing. All right, let's finalize that race and see what happens. Number 1, yay. Number 2, yay. Next race. Long time. Looks solid. I think it needs a lot of work on the UI, but it seems to be working at least a little bit. Wait, for these hourly races, is there an end time? Like it should time out after 10 minutes or so? Yes, there's an end time. I'm not sure how long. I think right now the default is about 60 seconds, but I might change that to be like 2 minutes or something. The apostrophes are killing me on this new keyboard. I changed the position of a bunch of special characters. Dang, what the hell? Are you running like some non-QWERTY layout? Moshiko, how you doing? And Streamering, thank you very much for that hydrates. Cheers. All right. Steven Sagiball, what's happening? What's my net worth? I am not a millionaire. I can tell you that much, if you're wondering. Alright, what are we checking with the finalized race? We're checking the stats here. Race stats. 78. Yes, very good. Total races. Oh, this is race stats for a particular user. Okay, hourly races. Nice. The passage text. I don't like how the whole text is saved here. I think I need a database of the passages in my Supabase, and then I can just link the passage text ID or something. I should be making notes of all these things we gotta change, man. 4 years at Google, not a millionaire. Sad. Yeah, unfortunately, I have bills to pay, man. I don't see how I'm gonna be a millionaire like that. I also started off at, when I started working at Google, I had negative $50,000 net worth, I guess. Would have been if you stayed? Nah, I wouldn't. Not right now, man. Maybe in like 4 more years or something. 3 years, who knows. I could probably get better use out of the skills if I remember to invoke them myself. Wait, what? I just added the marketplace and the model will just invoke the skills on its own every once in a while. Oh yeah, I have to remember to invoke the skills as well, man. Homeboy Penji, how you doing, man? I run QWERTY for normal characters, but special characters are on a layer accessed via thumb cluster button. Dang, sounds fancy. I have like about 3 layers at the moment and can't decide if I need to get used to it or if I should try and stay as regular layout as possible. Now you guys, who said you think 4 years at Google I should be a millionaire, man? It's nuts. Maybe if I lived at home with my mom and she bought all my food and she paid for everything I ever wanted. Yeah. Maybe you can add a feature to do race against your own past races. Hey, maybe. Not right now. Alright, how much do y'all save? All you people with the big tech jobs or whichever jobs, how much are you saving a year? Are you saving $250,000 a year? Because that is what I'd have to be saving to be a millionaire after 4 years. I think it's relative to your expenses. If you increase expenses, it all mellows out. Right, yeah, that's why I'm not too concerned with how much you're making, but how much you're saving. Nowhere near that amount, yeah. None, because I don't have a job. I think at Google, maybe I was saving, I don't want to say, because then you can know my net worth. Well, you can always invest the money, so not strictly. Alright, maybe I shouldn't say saving. But how much is your net worth growing every year? If you started at 0 and you got a big tech job, right? Savings not equal net worth. Yes, yes. We all know that. But still, it's very much related, you know? Investing is more than a full-time job? What do you mean, man? You just buy it and forget about it. Most of my earnings goes into my investments. Good luck saving that amount. If you're a standard US employee, you can shelter quite a lot if you have a Corp LLC and are able to be taxed at a lower rate and invest through your company. What do you buy? What's the risk? I'm like holding mostly Google right now, man. Hey, Maya Writer, what's happening? Welcome. Yeah, good luck saving that amount. That's what I'm trying to tell them, man. That's what I'm trying to tell them. Like, rent is rent alone is like not even utilities or none of that stuff. Let's say rent alone is $50,000 a year after taxes, which is like $80,000 a year basically just for rent. So if you're making 200K, you're already down to 120K after you just paid rent, man. Right? And then who knows what else you guys spend your money on. And then you get your contributions to your 401k or whatever. That's like $20,000 right off, gone. So now you're left with 100K. What are you gonna do with your 100K, right? You gotta buy food. I don't know how much money you guys spend on food, but say $1,000 a month for somebody in tech, that's too low. I'd say it's more like $2,000 a month on food people are probably spending. So that's like $25,000 gone now. So now you're down to 75K. You haven't even paid taxes actually yet. And that 25K is 25K after tax. So like living is expensive, man, is all I'm trying to say. Then RAM went up 200%, so you know that's something. Yeah, you gotta buy a new computer, you gotta buy cameras, you gotta buy lenses, you gotta buy lights, you gotta buy trips and vacations. $1,000 a month for food is possible if you're broke, man. But if you're balling, making lots of money, you're gonna want to eat a steak. You're gonna want to eat some lobsters, man. You're gonna want to DoorDash every now and then. So I'm saying that somebody who has a big tech job, they're not spending $1,000 a month on food. They're splurging a lot more, 100%. Most of my coworkers, none of them fools even cooked, man. They all order DoorDash for every single meal. Maybe I wasn't one of them. I ordered DoorDash like every other meal. Natty, what's happening? How many pounds of water do you drink per month? Not enough. 100%. I never went soft on food. Yeah. Lifestyle creep is real. You're also going to want that nice sports car. Not me. Not if you live in New York City, which I don't live there anymore. But I got a piece of shit car, man, and I like it. I like it so much. But I spend money on other things. I buy laptops, computers. I spend a lot of money on Steam games. I buy clothes, you know. I need designer clothes, man. I need leather jackets. So it's tough to save money unless you really you're like some monk. Don't need material possessions. Don't need nothing. Don't need gourmet food. You're just gonna eat broccoli and boiled chicken for the rest of your life. That ain't living, man. Anyways. I don't even remember what I was doing. Not to mention, man, I didn't even get to how much you probably spent on drugs. Probably at least $1,000 a month on drugs, right? Idea is to go semi-hobo mode and invest, but then what would you invest? Yeah, I buy, like right now I just have Google stocks. Are you in big tech right now? Curious About Me section has nothing job related. I just left Google a few months ago. My About Me has nothing job related, but my website About Me has a lot more about me. You need to take the money out before it hits your account, then you won't see it the same way. Tech workers living large. Yeah, some. So we all use drugs, huh? Everybody uses drugs, right? Whether it's real drugs or street drugs, everybody uses something, man. Or alcohol, or, you know, sugar is a drug. I'm not changing their mind because I think it's a drug too. Anyways, I don't even know how we got to this conversation talking about how much money you can save from a big tech job. I think most people's money goes to rent though. Like nobody wants a damn roommate at 30 something years old, you know? And in the Bay and in New York, rent is crazy, man. So you gotta pay for those things. And then tax is crazy. Remote is the only way I work, for better or worse. Yeah, I was remote for a long time, and I think I like remote, but I also enjoyed the office very much. I think I was remote for like 8 years, just kind of working, freelancing on my own, all by myself. Got kind of lonely. And I think like working in the office was different for me. And I liked it a lot. I'm not sure if I want to do it anymore though. I prefer office or remote too. Depends. Sometimes I prefer office, sometimes remote is the way. Hope no one is spending on subscription services. Hey, I've tried to cut down on my subscription services, man. Wait, let me tell this thing to do something. Hey, things are looking good. Can we make a bunch of commits or whatever and push all the changes to the repos? Also, I think you gotta make a new private repository for the hourly race service. You can go ahead and do that too. A ghost in the net. What's happening? How's the vibe coding going? It's more talking to chat right now than vibe coding, but my session is almost over. And then I gotta eat lunch. I do think office is nice, but it's not worth the insane cost of living in big tech areas. Right. I kind of agree sometimes. I think going into the office for a portion of your career is a benefit though. Like, man, it's interesting to see these offices at least once in your life and live that life, you know? Subscriptions sneak into everything. I think I need to cancel GitHub Copilot still one of these months. Vibe chatting, kinda. How much does vibe coding costing you? Fruit Superman, how you doing? It's right now it's costing me about $200 a month. Well, all right, all my expenses related to vibe coding. I have a $200 Claude Max plan. Hold on. You guys, hey, how can I just 200 Claude Max? I got $80 for a dedicated server. What else do I need, man? That's it. Oh yeah, $20 a month for Supabase Pro. Yeah, that's it. That's what it's costing me. Dedicated, not VPS or self-hosted. Dedicated server. I got a dang, I don't even know what specs on my thing, but I can show you roughly what I got from. It's whatever is this one. It's out of stock, but 128 gigs DDR4, 2 terabytes, whatever processor this is, 64 threads, 32 cores, all that junk. That's what I pay for the dedicated server. And then I forgot this. I'm also about to pay for Whisper Flow. I had 12 out of 14 days used, but if you guys use my link, I'll get a free month. If you want Whisper Flow, you get a free month, I get a free month. If you talk for 2,000 words. A sneaky way you can get Gemini It is included in a Google Workspace subscription. You get private chats, promise, whatever that is worth, depending on if you trust them. Hey, I might have Gemini. I don't even know if I paid for the year. I forget if I even paid, man. What do you think about holding vibe coding tournaments? I'm not really into that. I mean, I love vibe coding and everything, but I'm not trying to create some type of tournament for vibe coders. Friday through Sunday, multiple rounds, finding true geniuses. Yeah. I'm not trying to do all that, man. What is Whisper Flow? Is it some kind of new AI voice thing? No, it's how I talk. I can talk and it just types whatever I say like this. And this is how I used to talk to the AIs. Instead of typing my prompts, I just talk my prompts. Yeah, like this service is probably not necessary. It's $20 a month for Whisper Flow, but people say I can just vibe code my own thing. So why pay for Whisper Flow? Whisper is open source. I don't know, man, because it just works. It's just a complete package, I guess, and I'd have to make my own in 30 minutes, somebody told me. So I am on Windows. And so vibe coding isn't particularly expensive for me. I can probably do with $100 max plan, to be honest. And then it's like a couple $100 a month. Easy, right? Alright, what? Do we finalize that? Everything's working. Let me see what AI is doing. You press Win H is built into Windows, is it? Huh. Hey, type this junk right now. Let me see if you can do it real good. Oh shit. Oh, even hey, Ghost in the Net, man, you might have saved me $20 a month, man, right before I got paid. I didn't even know that. Wait, let me tell it. It's how I've been putting prompts into a cursor for a year. Dang, man. I'm about to uninstall this Whisper Flow junk forever. Alright, thank you very much, Ghost in the Net. That is a pro tip for sure. Alright, let me check out to see the GitHubs are doing good. And then maybe I'll use these last few minutes to organize my issues and whatnot. So this is my first hourly race type racer thing. Where should I keep my issues, man? Maybe I'll keep them in type blaze. Dang, I should have told it to... Oh shit, let me use a Windows thing. Can you rename a repo for me in GitHub? Right now you named it Hourly Race Server. Can you rename it to Type Racer or Type, my bad, Type Blazer? Well, alright. I'd say Whisper Flow is a little bit better than using this Windows thing because it will correct the times when you make mistakes and it will just know what you want to say. This one, I think it just says exactly what you said, you know? So maybe there is some value in having that thing. Can you Whisper Flow value for money? $20? I don't know. I don't know if it's what did I try to say to this thing? You named it Hourly Race Server. rename it to Type Blazer Championship Server. Can't even do that, man. Nemo Dev, thank you very much for tuning in, man. I will see you next time. I'll be on tomorrow. Same time, same place. What's up? There's a bunch of settings and special commands. Filter profanity, no. Automatic punctuation, yes. Alright, I'll try it out, man. Yeah, rename that, man. Rename that thing. Let me type. Oh shit, I have not been looking at the YouTube chats, man. My bad. It's been 30 minutes since your last message. But I'm building Type Blazer. Have you ever tried out Open Code? Van Owned. I have not tried Open Code, man. But maybe I should. Are you amazed by the AI models? I am amazed for sure. I'm having such a great time vibe coding for now. I keep getting the Open Code emails, but I haven't clicked them. Yeah, I haven't tried Open Code. I've heard some people getting... I hear like Anthropic doesn't really like you using your Max subscription and other tools, so it might flag your account. Is it helping you in your work at Google? I don't work at Google anymore, Van Owned. I've not been working there for about 3 months. Do you think AI will replace software engineering? No, not well. In 1,000 years, yeah, maybe. In a year, no. In 5 years, probably not. In 20 years, who knows what's gonna happen in 20 years, man. I don't even know what I think. I can think of some parts I hope it will replace. Yeah, I think it's gonna replace a lot of things. But I also think it's going to give birth to new things as well. And we have yet to see what the new things will be. So maybe it replaces the version of software engineering that we know today, but maybe it creates a new version that we have yet to conceptualize, you know? Yeah, I quit, man. I quit. Alright, the championship server. Alright, I don't want you looking at all my repos. But I'll put my bugs for Type Blazer in this repo. Jeez, I already forget which bugs I already saw, man. Wait, lobby. I should be using this thing. The number of players waiting in the lobby does not update by itself when you are also waiting to join the lobby. Alright, when I am in the hourly race screen and I have the option to join the lobby, it tells me how many people are waiting in the lobby. But then if somebody joins while I'm on the screen, the number doesn't change, you know, it's not dynamic. It only loads the one time. I'd like it to be connected so it will refresh the amount of people so we can see as people are joining into the lobby. Let's create that bug. I don't know what else, but I gotta go real soon, so I'm gonna continue this offline in my own time, and then I'll be on tomorrow and I'll share all the progress that I've made in tomorrow's session. But today I'm just going to be working on TypeBlazer off stream. And I gotta go eat lunch right now because I'm about to die, man, of malnutrition. I'm gonna find somebody to raid. You guys want to raid a vibe coder? Stony Eagle, 24/7 dream chasing. All right, let's hit 24/7 dream chasing, man. Curry goats, rice and peas. Hey, I don't like curry goat that much, but I think curry goat and rice and peas is weird. Who does that, man? That's like the meme. Hey, it's a meme? I didn't even know it's a meme. Normally people eat curry goat with white rice. What is TypeBlazer? TypeBlazer is a typing game. Alright, we're gonna go raid this guy. 24/7 dream chasing. He's been building something for like 100 days. Vibe coding. I forget what he said he was building, but spent way more time vibe coding than I have. So see y'all next time. Ghost in the Net, thank you very much for that tip about the Windows thing. It's what the Jamaican restaurant next to me served for a Christmas dinner. Oh yeah, nice. Alright, Ghost in the Net, see you next time. Demon Puke, adios amigo. Homeboy Penji, see you tomorrow. See everyone tomorrow, hopefully. Van Owens, have a good day. No Scoped JFK2, see you later, alligator. Everybody from YouTube, have a good night or day or whatever. Rana Creed, Fazy Plays, On That, Alicia Washtathi, see you next time. Who else? Nimal Dev, see you later. Moshiko 7 Ajinkia, adios. Maurelius 6, Ember After Dark, have a good night. Almaz Robots, Nanashi, see you later everybody. And thank you for vibing. Tomorrow vibes 10 a.m. Eastern time.